Hello, Emily here from Create Your Future. And today's video, I wanted to do all about recreating a story. So how do we let go of resistance, let go of blocks in the middle of recreating a story? And resistance and blocks are literally just words that you're using for the stories that you are making up in your reality. So I wanted to touch on this today in more detail because I just launched a course that you can grab now on the Create Your Future website, and a link below in the bio is change your stories, change your life. So if you are struggling with a certain belief about yourself, about somebody else, about the situation in general, this is the course for you. This is a handbook that you can go to every single day. You could do it every morning if you want to. Follow along with the videos step by step with the handbook and recreate your stories, because your life is literally just a holographic representation, projection of what you are doing to yourself on a day-to-day basis. Okay, that is it. There is no two ways about it. If you can't chop and change the rules. What you put out, you get back. And that's just how it is, right? So if you're not getting results in a certain area, well, let's amend what you are doing. You are not doing it correctly. There's something more you can be doing. And often it's just dropping a story about yourself. Often it's just dropping the struggle. It's choosing that it can be easy. It's choosing that you can have this really quickly and effortlessly and with ease, because you are you and you are enough, and there's nothing to prove, and that you can just be it. You can just be a star. And that is that. Right? You can just be what you want and have what you want, and there's nothing to struggle for. So that is what that course is all about. Obviously, one-to-one coaching is still open in the link below as well. And yeah, so let's get on with today's video, which is all about acknowledging blocks and resistance and how we can really let these go in manifesting our SPs, our money, our whatever it is that we want to get. So what is a block? What is resistance? It's a word. It's a word for you just having energy involved in a storyline you don't want to be involved in anymore. And how do we drop it? By dropping it, by understanding that you just don't have to live that life anymore. So how can we start to soothe that energy that you have in that storyline? That's the first subject that we really need to address, right? So for example, money. If you had this really big anxiety around money, then how can we start to take that energy out of that storyline so that you can just go off with ease and it can fix itself, so to speak, and you can start, making new affirmations and following your intuitive action guide steps to go and build a business, or go and reach out to this person and make more money and allow yourself to change it, instead of just focusing on the lack, right? So first of all, we need to really acknowledge just what you're telling yourself, what that feeling is you're feeling, what the energy is, what your story is around it, and what you're perpetuating on a daily basis. Okay. And then from that place, we can start to understand that once again, our stories are just stories. They're just that, they're not real. Okay. We can understand that everything is just energy and the only constant is change. So even if you feel like you're the most shameful, embarrassing, awful human being on this earth, it's just an energy. Again, it's just wanting to flow through you. It's just an experience. Okay, so I'm not going to go and tell you to go out there and thank the this and thank the that and thank the this, but it is helpful to shift your perspective to understand that what you were looking at was one side of the stick, right? One side of the stick is brokenness, is no money, is no SP. I don't have anything, blah blah blah. But there is also possibilities for the other side of the stick, which is I get everything that I want. I am abundant, and everything comes to me easily and effortlessly. And I effortlessly live the life of my dreams, and I effortlessly win Oscars, and I effortlessly get cast in movies, or whatever it may be to you. Once you harness this power that you have to literally manipulate your reality in any direction that you want to manipulate it in, things will happen like this. And I have a famous story about a client who was in a coaching group one time, who had been in a networking circle where one of the men just said one day, no, you know what, I really have this desire to be an actor and win an Oscar. And because he was practicing this work, and it was such a well-rounded energy manipulator, shall we say, went literally grounded himself a role and won an Oscar. I think within a year or 5 years or something of having set that intention. So when you really understand that you are the manipulator of this reality, and if you're experiencing lack, you're experiencing no money, you're experiencing feeling awful and shameful and unloved and not chosen in your reality, it is because you have placed it there. You are making yourself that way. You are the one that is perpetuating that reality. And as much as it can feel real, it's just, how can I now stop doing this, stop going around in the cycle, stop telling the stories? It's by choice, right? Stop telling the stories and start doing something that's going to exit me out of the circle. Okay. So the thing is that you, like, I like to really say this to people. It's like, you're not special, you know? It's not like you're you're so special that this will never work for you. You're this special that no one's ever going to like you. This special that you're never going to be good enough. Like, what makes you think you are that special, right? That this is not going to work for you. It works for everybody. It's like being in a calorie deficit works for everybody. If you just don't eat, you'll get really skinny. Like, it's just certain things that, like, you know, they just work. So this is one of them. Everything is energy. That is it. Everything is energy. So what you speak about yourself and you believe about yourself is going to be what's real, and what you believe about somebody else. And this is why thought transmission and everything, because there is nothing else but you out there. So if you're sat here thinking this person thinks this, that, you're going to be living that reality before it happens, and then it will happen because you have perpetuated it so much that it has to be pushed out. If you're basically practicing a prayer of saying, oh, I pray they hate me, then of course you're going to experience them not choosing you and not being in that relationship, or whatever it is. You're not being chosen for that or this, because that is what you are perpetuating on a daily basis. So these are what you call your blocks and your resistance. It's just the stories that you have. So, okay, great. You have this desire that's on this side of the stick, and you're here right now, and all of this mushiness and resistance and everything. What you have to start doing is just stop it. Stop the stories in their tracks. That's it. You have got to just stop them in their tracks and realize, this is who I'm being. And maybe it like explodes in your face and your mom yells at you, or your boyfriend leaves you for the day, or like whatever it is, like whatever it is that explodes in your face, it may do. That's what reality does sometimes. And you can look at it and you can cry and you can laugh and you can be like, thanks for showing me where I was at, because that's where you were at. And then you can, it doesn't ever have to happen again. You don't ever have to stand there while someone yells at you or throws water at you because you, like, I don't know, said something wrong or whatever, because you create your reality. So if you don't want someone to stand there and tell you you're this, you're that, you're that, stop telling yourself you are that way. Don't be a person that lives in that place. Don't be the person who has no money. Don't be the person that gets yelled at. Don't be the person that doesn't make the team. Don't be the person that doesn't get on the airplane. Don't be that person. And how do we not be that person? Is by understanding who that person is, thinks, does, feels, everything else. And then you can work on coming over here, because over here, what do? They don't do that, right? So over here is that they've learned how not to do this stuff. And by process of elimination, you get to a place where you dramatically appreciate yourself. And you grant yourself the ability to have the relationships, the money, the opportunities, the cars, the houses, to live in a place that suits you and your energy and your needs, to go in the sauna every day because it feels amazing. By just not engaging in this stuff over here, you automatically allow yourself to be over here. Stop this. Stop the stuff that is not in alignment with what you want. Okay, so one thing I like to do every single day before I do anything else is go on Pinterest every single morning and remind myself where I am going, who I want to be, what this person is like, what she does, how she thinks, you know, how she walks down the street, like what, and all these different things. And then what I do is I take stock of my reality and I'm like, this is not in alignment with where I want to go, or this is in alignment. I'm going to do more of this. So what you just want to do is stop giving energy to the things in your reality that are not in alignment with who you want to be. You don't have to do anything extravagant. You don't have to write 5 pages about it every single day. You don't have to affirm night and day what you want. You just have to withdraw your energy from the things that you no longer want to live and put yourself in the reality of where you want to live on a daily basis. And that's why I look at Pinterest all the time, because for me, I'm a visual person. Some people read, some people listen. I'm visual. So when I'm looking at something I don't want, I'm like, no, this is not the reality that I'm living anymore. This is not the version of me that I'm accepting anymore. This is not what I'm accepting from myself anymore, or from my reality. So no, even when I'm here, I'm going to live here, and I'm going to make plans in my life, and I'm going to make choices in my life, and I'm going to do things in my life that align with that version of me. So whether that's an extra workout in the day, or making a plan to go practice with somebody, or making a plan to hike, or making a trip, or moving house, or this or that, whatever, things will start to unfold as you make decisions in alignment with that person. And often those decisions are also beliefs and thoughts that you choose to think. Okay, so understanding what you're doing and who you want to be is really, 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 really necessary when you're talking about resistance and blocks, because all your resistance and blocks are the things that you keep choosing on a daily basis that are stories. Stories are thoughts. Thoughts are energy. You do not have to keep recreating and believing your thoughts. And your emotions are just like energy that you've labeled, right? So you could be feeling quote unquote sadness or anxiety. Okay, well, we feel sadness, anxiety, but how can we like then, rechannel that into something that's really freaking productive? Write a song, or go for a walk, or do something that's then in alignment with where you want to go, right? Maybe that energy is the energy that you get to call the realtor and like book a viewing and sign a lease on a flat, and you're out the house, so that energy that you can use, like anger or whatever, these blocks that you have, lackfulness, or it's just because it's giving you energy. It's just energy that you feel, and you can use that to go make more money, or call a friend, or go and take a hip hop dance class, or go to a spin class, or go to the supermarket and buy more fruit, like whatever it is that you need to do for you. Okay, this is how you eliminate your blocks, is you stop giving the story the energy. That is it. Okay, so identify who you are being. So go on Pinterest and pin a bunch of couples, pin a bunch of smoothie girls walking down the street with their yoga mats, or like homes or dogs or whatever it is that you want. And envision it, be it every single day. I promise you, you will change your life when you start to eliminate the stories that you don't want from your reality. Okay, love you, bye. I will see you in the next video.